Welcome to this artist talk with Serge Aimé Coulibaly and Jean-Robert Kodokbu-Kiki, the choreographer and the dancer of the solo piece Fitri that was just screened by Dance Festival and Münchner Kammerspiele. My name is Olivia Ebert and I work as a dramaturg at the Münchner Kammerspiele. And I'm very pleased now to host this conversation with you two, Serge Aimé and Jean-Robert, who are live with us in Bobo Dioulasso in Burkina Faso. And I'm sitting here in the Muffathalle in the studio that the Dance Festival has built up for the talks. Serge Aimé Coulibaly is a dancer and choreographer working and living in Bobo Dioulasso and Brussels. He founded his dance company Faso Dance Theatre in 2002. And in 2014, he opened and started to build up his own artistic space and international research center, Ankata, in Bobo Dioulasso. Jean-Robert Kodokbu-Kiki is one of the dancers that he works regularly with and whose great and intense expressivity we just have experienced in the piece. And I thank you very much for being here with us and sharing this talk. Your pieces, Serge Aimé, they are always strongly connected to the concrete political or social realities. And so I would say is Fitri, especially in this frame of a festival that, despite all hopes in beforehand, is again very much influenced by the COVID-19. Your solo works, for me also as a sort of interruption and reminder of the realities of bodies and existences in danger at this moment. And I would describe it as a sort of existential journey you're taking us with you, a journey of an individual in front of an enormous crisis, a fight with forces that are bigger than us. And you, Jean-Robert, you are bracing against these forces with your body, trying to bear all, to hold it together, struggling, falling, getting up again. Yeah, and you two started to work on this solo together, actually in the very first lockdown in April 22, when you both were kind of locked in together in Burkina Faso, in Bobo Dioulasso. So I would like to ask you both if you could describe for us a little bit out of which moment you have created this work to start to work on it together, and how you then continued until its premiere. It was just in March this year, so it was almost a 1-year process. I would like to ask you to describe a bit how this all came from, out of which moment.
Yeah, hello. Hi, everybody. I hope the internet and the noise will make it easy for us, because we started and then I was hearing a lot of music next door. That is also the charm of Zoom, and also being able to talk in different cities, different countries, different continents. We was in Bobo Dioulasso. Jean-Robert Kodokbu-Kiki was teaching in the school in Ankata in Bobo Dioulasso, and then normally he was supposed to finish teaching and then come back home, because he is in Ouagadougou. He lives in Ouagadougou, and then I was in Bobo Dioulasso, so I am in Bobo Dioulasso. But then he couldn't travel because also in Burkina, the lockdown was really strong. You know, they closed every city, you know, like you couldn't travel from one city to the other city, and then you couldn't do any other activities. And then back, we were in the same place with a studio. And then we was also like, we had like this fantastic tour, like around the world with 3 pieces, because Ruby is all the pieces that they are touring. And then we like, okay, maybe we need to answer with a piece, with something that, you know, like how fragile is our work, how fragile is the life of an artist. Like even you try to build yourself, you try to construct yourself like as much you want, just a small thing, small virus that you cannot even see can just make everything, you know, stop. And then so then we with really discussion something between us in Nairobi with also it's like okay, maybe we can be inspired by the old solo like that I did in 8 years ago, Faujiri, and then answer to this virus, you know, like say something invisible but strong, and then how we can face it, how we face this virus, how we resist. But the resistance can be also doing a lot of falling and getting up and trying to fight again, and then at the end we are not sure that we will succeed still.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really, as I said, you can follow up this journey between locked on a spot, but also there is this. There are these moments in the piece that speak maybe more about the necessity to move, of being in a constant move, not losing the state of being agile. Besides not knowing in which direction one could move. And yeah, I would be interested how you, maybe also Jean-Robert, you too relate to this, yeah, these both moments of the actual restrictions due to Corona, and also how you were developing it into the piece. On the one side, the being locked, and on the other side, the necessity to move. How do you relate to that, Robert?
Qu'est-ce que tu peux dire par rapport au fait que tu vois, d'un côté on était enfermé quelque part, et de l'autre côté tu as décidé de faire cette pièce, et qu'est-ce que voilà, ça fait pour toi? Ah, tu veux parler en français ou en
anglais? Oui, en français.
So I'm gonna translate then.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Merci. Hein. Moi, déjà, je vais parler de résistance. Parce que quand c'est arrivé, cette crise est arrivée, on se retrouvait à Bobo.
Yeah, I will talk about resistance because and resilience, because when we were in Bobo Dioulasso, when everything is locked down.
Oui, et résistance, pourquoi? Parce que je commençais à me poser pas mal de questions. Où je me sentais même, c'est-à-dire que mon esprit, mon corps, c'est-à-dire qu'il y avait un côté très fragile.
Right. Oui. Why resistance? Because I was really finding my body really fragile, and then I didn't know where to stand.
Et du coup, en regardant Faujiri, qui existait avant, et je vois un homme seul qui résistait forcément à un être invisible ou je ne sais quoi, et je me sentais, c'est-à-dire que je me revoyais en cet homme-là par rapport à la crise actuelle. Donc je contextualisais en fait.
And then he was watching Faujiri, what was my old solo, and then he was seeing himself in this man that was resisting on some other force. And then it's like he could see himself, and then he see, okay, look like I can talk about this time now, you know, how to react about what's going on in our life.
Et du coup, pour moi, c'était pas mal de souvenirs. Yeah. C'est-à-dire que l'homme, le côté humanité, et aussi, ça me renvoyait aussi à ma maman qui a vécu pendant des années, qui a lutté contre le cancer. Et j'essaie de m'imaginer, c'est quoi ce cancer-là? C'est quoi? C'est-à-dire que comment est-ce que le physique, c'est quoi? Et le virus actuel aussi, qui est le corona, on ne peut pas le voir.
And then all these stories send me to a lot of memories. And then I was remembering my mother fighting against cancer, and then and then I was asking myself, what is this cancer? What is this virus? You know, how we can fight against it, and how also my mother fight against it, yeah.
Et à partir de ce moment, je me suis dit, j'ai un rôle à jouer plus que jamais, qui est, je dois résister face à qui, face à quoi, je ne sais pas, mais je dois résister quand même.
Yeah. And after all that, I knew that I have to resist. I have to fight against something, but fight against what, who, I didn't know, but I knew I have to resist about it, yeah, about something. And then I have a role to play in this environment, yeah.
Et je sais que ce solo, ce seul en scène a changé pas mal de choses en moi. Aujourd'hui, je danse, mais je ne pense pas, c'est-à-dire que je ne me définis pas comme un danseur.
Yeah. I think the solo now change a lot of things on me and my body, and then because I am a dancer, but I don't think dance. Yeah.
Voilà, c'est juste un homme qui dit des choses, qui a envie de dire des choses.
Yeah, yeah. Just a man who want to say something, who want to express himself. Yeah.
In fact, there are many parts of the piece where you are standing almost still, but there are so many movements going through your body, and also in your face. That's really impressive to observe. Yeah, that's why I find it interesting that Jean-Robert was now relating to the question of him as a dancer, or what his role in the piece. Maybe you can translate for him, Serge.
Actually, he can understand.
Okay.
But to talk is more complicated. Yeah.
Okay. So then coming back to the connection you also opened up, Serge Aimé, between the solo you did 2013 called Faujiri and Fitri now. And in between, you did many really huge group pieces. So maybe the spectators don't know, but I think these were the two only solos you did in all these years. Yes. And maybe you can tell us again about the connection between both of them and why you came back now to Faujiri. And also you can maybe tell us the meaning of the titles, or what do these words mean, Faujiri and Fitri.
Wow, yeah. When Faujiri mean dawn, dawn like when it's like between 3 to 4 in the morning, when the day is not there yet, and when the night is still there, and then you don't know what will happen. So that is Faujiri, the meaning in Jula, in my language. And then Fitri mean dust. So it's a starting of the night is coming, but it's still daytime, but the night is coming. So it's like even in the name, the two names are answering to each other. And also in Faujiri, when I did it, it was a response of a really painful story, because I had a really long time friend, and who is also dancer and choreographer, and who is my assistant for a long time. And then that died after like a premiere of a piece, actually. Like we did a premiere, and then we were supposed, actually we did a premiere in Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso, and then we were supposed to go to perform in Paris with that premiere, and then in 3 days he died before we do the European premiere. And then I still decided to do a piece in Paris with that was really kind of a painful situation that to do, you know, like, and also in my environment that was that was a long time, is 2006, but then in 2011, in my environment, I still had some experience of death story again with really close friend with an accident, and then I'm like, okay, I really wanted to even stop dancing, and then I turned in 2013. I turned also 40, and then I was like, okay, I'm getting old. I cannot dance like I used to dance before, and then what kind of and then I was not where I wanted to be, so it was a lot of discussion just as an artist, how, and also, you know, there is something really difficult because as an African artist living mostly in Europe, you are always between these two places. Like the European don't take you really like you are one of them because you come from Burkina Faso, and then with Burkina Faso they think you are in Europe, and then you are like, okay, trying just to do your work, just to show your work, and then everybody trying to put you somewhere where, I mean, it's so there's a lot of question, and then I saw this. I met this music like at the beginning of the solo, like the young man and the deaf. That is the title of the music actually, and then originally is a Mozart music, and then Roland Petit took it and recreated it with another musician, and then I find myself really close to the young man and the deaf, and then I wanted to kind of face my own death somehow. It's like I was talking to the deaf, and then I'm just facing that. So yeah, it was kind of a really strong piece for me. And then to Fitri now with Robi, there is this connection with COVID-19, but at the same time, I find that we were in the same situation. There is this virus that nobody could see, but could just, destroy us all somehow, you know, somehow if we didn't take care, actually, because of the lockdown, all the thing we did is just to save our life, you know, and then just to stay alive still, and then still continue to continue our work, our life, everything. So the connection was just easy. That's why also the name is not far from each other.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But in the body of Robi is totally another piece.
Yeah, and then you decided also not to perform it yourself. So there is this strong connection to the first solo, but still there is also a handing over or another level.
To go, because also I found Robi have a strong talent to take, like it's like to translate the idea to his inside his body, and then really express something else. There is a really strong connection about movement and how to express and then to talk about something strongly.
Yeah, maybe as a last question, I would like to get to this point that you also addressed right now, that your situation as an artist working between Burkina Faso and Europe, or between Bobo Dioulasso and Brussels, and you build up this, as I mentioned in the introduction, you build up your own center, Ankata, in Dioulasso, where also this this video which we saw tonight, the screening was filmed. So maybe you can give us also the full picture of, or a bigger picture of how you work between the two places, and how this was now changed due to COVID, and what are the next plans maybe now?
Yeah, Ankata is really like is a place where the local artists from Burkina Faso or West Africa can find like a two space, like a really good two good studio where they can create in the professional way. And also the environment is really good, very green around. And then because I really like by building the space, one thing that is important for me is the quality of the environment, how you can create like a peacefully and also bring the most of you in there. And then in Ankata, there is also like a school, like a training school. We have like every 3 years, 15 dancer. I mean, I want to say artists. We take 15 people, young people, and then we train them in dance, theater, music, and scenography, and video, all kind of things. Actually, I am trying to give back everything what made me, actually. It's like sometimes we think only dance, but only dance is not enough to be who you are. You know, you need a lot of different things, a lot of different skills to be able to reach somewhere to play, to perform in Kammerspiele or in a national theater in Brussels, for example. So I'm trying to give that to the young dancer, young artists in Burkina Faso. And then we have also like a coaching program with West African coaching program. But all that is really like it's like almost everything I made as a money by touring is coming back to build and also to take care of these people, also to build a new generation of artists who are more aware of what's going on in the world, and who also can be can take more care of our environment, like how to survive also in Burkina Faso, and hopefully go and conquer the world. So it's really some work of forward and backward work that I'm doing. So, for example, in all this period that we didn't perform, like I think last March till now, we had a pocket in September that we could create a piece and perform it, Wakat. But we had like more than 50 shows get canceled in that period. I just changed my mind completely. It's like, okay, the show are getting canceled. That is it. But how can I use this moment and then give a force to Ankata here? And then, so for example, what we did now, we did, we translate, actually, Robbie is one of the dancers who transmit, like give one of my piece, Kalakuta Republic. With this, we toured a lot. We did 130 dates around the world, but we performed only 3 times in Burkina Faso. So we translated to some young dancers in Burkina Faso, and now we're gonna tour in 10 cities in Burkina Faso to try to build up also a new circuit inside the country, and then but where the dancers who are always working with me, we are still touring, but we are touring also inside. And also make like a strong team inside to just to translate really my vision, where I want to go to a young team, and then they can take care, even if I'm not there for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they can just keep going. You know, so always kind of, actually, I have to say, in Bobo Julaso, they say, thanks to COVID that, because we did a lot in the time of COVID in Bobo Julaso, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Serge, Aimé, and Jean-Robert, for sharing this talk, this conversation, and the solo with us tonight. I would also like to give the hint that Vakat will be hopefully this year, or I don't know, the next possible moment also be shown in Munich at Kammerspiele, as we also co-produced this work at as Kammerspiele. But yeah, we are looking for the possible. Yeah, now we are just waiting for getting the theaters opened again. We will see when it will be. Yeah, so thank you so much for the conversation, and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Olivia. And then I hope we can, be live in Kammerspiele, and then show, I don't know, even Fitri or Wakat, the big bass, the new big bass also there. And then because I think now we really need to smell each other, to feel each other, to hug each other, to share emotion with each other, like to see how it's beautiful to the human being is nice to meet the other human being. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Take care. Until soonish.
Thank you. Bye.